listen to that music. Does that music get you excited?
Absolutely.
It gets me excited.
Very excited.
I absolutely love that music. It is so atmospheric, and it leads us into this, our Gatehouse podcast, Stafford Shakespeare, Richard III special.
Woohoo!
I'm Keith Harrison, marketing manager.
And I'm Lou Broom, the visitor services manager.
Yeah, together we are. We should start. Together we're like
Pod pals.
Yeah, pod pals. I was going to say like Sapphire and Steel and some weird 1980s. It was a heart to heart. When they met, it was murder.
Okay.
Could be something like that. Well, it could be murder. Richard III.
Yeah,
Lots of murders involved.
Whatever you want, Keith. We'll go
I'm
with
showing
that.
my age now. Half the audience, all our Gen Z listeners are thinking, what is this old man talking about?
I like pod pals.
There you go, pod pals. Sounds like a pet food.
You know me, I love me dogs.
But yes. Anyway, so yes, Richard III, Shakespeare, just less than 6 weeks away now. Can you believe that? No, not less than 6 weeks. Just over 6 weeks. Yeah. It was 7 weeks on Tuesday. Yeah. So yeah, massive thing. Yeah. And it's rushing at us like a steaming train, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is coming up so quickly.
The cast will be here in a couple of weeks.
The cast will be here in a couple of weeks. We've seen the sets being built at a secret location in Stafford. We're not allowed to reveal where in case hordes of people go down there and try and sort of get a glimpse at it beforehand. But it is being built in Stafford. It's a huge undertaking, the set. Now, you and I have had a sneak glimpse of the model box, haven't we?
We have, yes.
Which is, if you don't know what these model boxes are, the designer, who we'll talk to later on, he puts together a 1:50 scale, like a cardboard box almost, but they're so detailed, and it's made out of balsa wood and little people, scale people in it and all the rest of. And that is what the crew who are putting it together use to sort of come up with a design and make sure that it looks exactly as the designers planned it.
And last year's is currently in the foyer,
yes,
next to the green door. Yes. So if you want to look at what they look like, the Hamlet one is currently there with a bit of information for people to look at.
It is. That's perfect. Yes, well said, Lou. Yeah, that gives you a brilliant idea of what they look like, and you can see in it as well. What do they call the curtains? You know this. You're a theatre person. The tabs. Yeah. Thank you for each sort of. For each, God, I'm so much in demand.
We're doing so well today.
For each scene, the different tabs sort of thing, and especially the Hamlet one, because it had things that span around, didn't it? And it moved.
The model box, not that you can see because it's under the glass, but they do actually, the one from Hamlet,
they do move.
Yeah.
As
well.
I mean, the skill to put it together is amazing.
Yeah.
So this one, we'll talk a bit more about the theme in a minute, but it's set around a pub.
Yeah.
A pub called The Crown. I think we can reveal that it's called The Crown.
Yep.
We don't want to give too many. I'm told I can't put any pictures out of what it looks like because it would be giving too much away. No. But it's all taking shape. It's getting ready. You get that excitement of it now when you start seeing glimpses of it. And the cast, our brilliant creative projects manager, James Bennett, has informed we've got the full cast now. We're just waiting on one or two sort of end bits to round off with the young children who are playing the princes in the tower.
Yep.
But we'll be putting out the cast list very, very soon. We've got some good old faces in there, some familiar faces.
And some locals, which is always nice.
Locals, which we love. This is the thing. To me, Stafford Shakespeare was all about Stafford.
Yep,
that's how it started 30-odd years ago. It's to get the local people in it. And I think everybody who's in the town or been in the town for a while knows somebody, or at least knows somebody who knows somebody who has been in the Stafford Shakespeare down the years. And that's the important thing. Some people have only ever been in one, but it was, I mean, personally, it's a bit of a bucket list thing for me. Have you ever been in a show?
Not here, but I've performed many shows over the years.
There you go. You see, you've done it. I have never performed in front of an audience.
You're missing out.
I feel I am because I
Let's
feel...
do a live pod, then that'll be your audience.
I feel the audience is
Gatehouse
missing out,
live.
quite frankly. With this kind of content, wow. But yeah, so I think, it's good to have those Staffordshire people in, and this as well with the Princes in the Tower.
Yeah.
They're young people. I remember going back to the one in 2000 when he was up at the castle, and the Princes in the Tower were in the a Citroen 2CV was at the centre point of it all. It was brilliantly done, like a steampunk version of it. And one of the Princes in the Tower was Tom Vaughan. Super Tom, who's been in the Panto here. He's been in Romeo and Juliet up at the Castle.
And Hollyoaks.
And he's been in Hollyoaks, yeah. And I think there were a couple of other people who were in that
yeah.
production as well. Have also gone on to have good careers in theatre.
I think one of the young lads was in our Panto over Christmas.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's interesting. Oh, this year's young lads.
Yep,
yes, yeah, there you go. He's getting great experience then, isn't he? Oh, speaking of a great experience, let me just chuck this in while we're there. Summer school is coming up quick as well.
It is.
The auditions are on Sunday, May the 10th.
This week,
Sunday, May the 10th, yeah. Sunday, May the 10th. But also, we've got the technical stage school this year.
That'd be amazing. That's really, really good.
So this is a chance to look behind the scenes, you learn from the pros, work with the pros on an actual full-scale Stafford Gatehouse Theatre summer school production, Peter Pan, which is taking place in August. I think this is a brilliant initiative because not everybody wants to be on stage, do they? Some people are like me and, our producer Adam, they're more than happy to be on the other side of the camera making brilliant content than... being up front on stage.
Absolutely.
So I think it's a really good thing to do. The technical stage school details are on our website as well. The thing about the summer school is you can do it if you've got no experience whatsoever. Yeah. I remember my daughter coming to me many years ago now and saying, how she wanted to be on stage. She's only very young. She kind of be in one of the... And we got her and eventually she appeared on the Gatehouse stage. It was such a massive thing.
Yeah.
And I think she got such confidence from that. And that's what people do, isn't it? They they come in on the first day. You can see everybody's a bit meek, mild, and quiet. By the end of it, they're on stage performing to 500 people in the Gatehouse Auditorium, and it's like.
But like you say, it's nice that there's people that don't want to be on stage, but still maybe enjoy being in the theatre, watching the shows, so they get to learn that side of it and actually learn a skill that they can take forward for either becoming a technician or if they want to go to uni. It's a really good skill and like work experience almost. So I think it's really good we're doing that this year.
Like the lighting, the sound, the design, all
the stage management stuff
is incredible. Now then, the other big thing that's happened on Stafford Shakespeare this year is we've got a trailer. Have you seen the trailer?
Of course I've seen the trailer.
Wow.
My whiskey glass features heavily.
Wow. That's your whiskey glass, is it? Wow. It's a big shot. Does he smash it?
No.
No. Oh, he just throws the whiskey
trick
in
of the camera.
Ah.
He wouldn't dare smash my expensive whiskey glass.
Oh, Aldi, Central Aisle.
Rude.
Anyway, the trailer, if you've not seen this trailer, the trailer's on all our social feeds. It's on our Instagram, it's on our Facebook, it's on our website. Done by local filmmaker Adam Martin.
Isn't he wonderful?
Genius. The man's a genius.
He absolutely is.
A few years back, you might remember, he did the award-winning Peter Pan promo for our Shakespeare, for our Panto, which was fantastic.
Yeah.
But this is just better than even I'm his biggest fan. But it's better than even I thought about.
And can I just say, in case you didn't know, he's our producer, who also has a very big birthday coming up very soon.
Yeah.
So happy birthday to our wonderful producer.
The big 5-0, the big one. Listen, don't worry about it. Your 50s are great. I am all over your 50s. It's superb. Going to Vegas, I believe.
Yep.
Giving it the big one.
We would be lost without him. Keeps us going. Keeps us in check.
We love him. But the trailer...
Very good editor.
The trailer is fantastic if you get a chance to see it. And it gives us a glimpse as well. Well, two things. What I love about it, it's filmed in Stafford.
Yep.
And you can
look
around with locals in it again. And you can see, I love spotting the places in Stafford where it was filmed. And again, you forget how nice a town Stafford is, how beautiful it is. And, there's
how lucky we are.
How lucky we are. And there's a great pub.
Yep.
Fantastic pub involved. See if you can spot the pub. Many people will. Very old pub, that, by the way.
It is.
I think it's something like 1684.
Oh, wow.
Rings a bell for the Rose and Crown. But first opened as a pub in 1706.
Oh, okay.
Off the top of my head. But yeah, fantastic old pub. Brilliant setting for it. And Matthew Duckett, who plays our Richard III, superb in it. And everybody said, I had a quick chat to him during the filming, everybody who met him said, what a lovely guy.
He was lovely.
This is a guy who's big. He's been in, Royal Shakespeare Company. He's been on Netflix shows. He's been on all sorts of TV shows. Not an ounce of, anything about him. He's just like a very down-to-earth, really friendly guy, chatting to everybody. and looks the part.
Yeah,
My God. When he is walking around Stafford looking menacing, he looks more menacing than some of the characters that you see around Market Square. So legit, he looks menacing. And luckily, we've had a chat with young Matthew when he came in the other week for a sort of meet and greet and the first read through of the script. And let's have a word with Matthew. Well, Matthew Duckett, you're here in the Stafford Gatehouse Theatre. Isn't it amazing? You're meeting the cast and your fellow cast members today for the first time. How is it going so far?
Yeah, it's been a brilliant morning. It's been really exciting sort of hearing the work out in the space for the first time. Nice seeing Richard again after so many years. I think we've really got something on our hands. It's shaping up. There's a lot of buzz in the room. There's a lot of energy and people seem all on the same page, which is not always the case and nice to find.
And when you say you've meeting Richard again for the first time in a few years, what's your background with him?
So I met Richard in the capacity of lecturer. He was a university lecturer of mine many, many moons ago. But I think we always worked more closely as director and actor than lecturer and student. I was never particularly bookish, even at university. But yeah, we worked very closely on projects like Midsummer Night's Dream, His Dark Materials. I mean, he's a font of knowledge on all things Shakespeare, so to be flying under his banner again is really lovely.
And you've met Patrick Connellan today, the designer. What do you think of his theme and the designs that you've seen so far?
Oh my God, yeah, we saw the model box. All the cast saw the model box for the first time this morning, and it is looking sharp. It's really, really exciting, the sort of themes that he's uncovering with the idea of it being set in, I don't know how much I can say, but a sort of bomb-blasted local pub and the sort of sense of centrality and community rallying around the aftermath of such massive conflict and giving such a backdrop for the further conflict of our play. It's really something.
And what are you looking forward to most about your role as Richard III?
I think just playing him, finding out what he means to me. He's a man of complications, a very performative individual, plays a lot with a very blurred line between truth and fiction, which I think speaks to a lot of people in power in the current standing of things. So, yeah, just sort of finding his sense of joy in manipulation. That's going to be exciting.
And his charisma as well.
Oh, God, it seeps from him, doesn't it? It seeps from him off the page. It's going to be a lot of fun to play.
And just finally, you've seen the trailer around town, and it's had 70,000 views now online. It's gone viral. Everybody's loving it. What was it like to make that, and what are your thoughts on it?
God, that's a massive amount of traction. Yeah, it was a great time working with Adam. I think he's done a fabulous job with the trailer. Better than any of the material I gave him, I'm sure. So he's a wizard. But yeah, I'm really excited to have seen what he's done, and glad that it's getting the traction it deserves.
Matthew, thanks very much. We'll let you get back to it.
My pleasure. Cheers.
What a lovely guy.
Yeah.
He's
really nice.
And such presence as well. Even when you're talking to him,
yeah.
just there when I was chatting to him in the cafe sort of thing, he's got that gravitas and he has that sort of menace about him as well. And a brilliant fashion sense, I'll say no more.
Oh.
But yeah, he is a really good guy. The trailer, by the way, one of the things that Adam put out was a sort of a making of trailer, which again has had thousands of views. The trailer itself, more than 100,000 views.
Wow.
That's, I think the kids call that going viral.
They do.
So I think we can say that trailer.
We've gone viral.
We've gone viral with the Richard III trailer. It's brilliant, and I think Adam is going to put out another sort of making of trailer because they go really well as well. You can
Everyone
see
likes to see behind the scenes
and how it all came together. So that's again something brilliant to look forward to. But obviously, what's come out from it is that it's the Peaky Blinders theme.
Yep.
Richard Cheshire the director is keen to say it's not entirely based on Peaky Blinders, but it's set in a pub in that era.
Yep.
They've got the sort of same sort of dress style
and
all the
not
rest
too Peaky Blinders.
It's not too Peaky Blinders. They're not doing sort of Brummie accents or anything like that. No, it isn't. Nobody wants Shakespeare in a Brummie accent or a Cannock accent or a Wolverhampton accent. With
you
apologies,
were right with Cannock.
With apologies to all those people in Cannock and Wolverhampton. Not because of the accent. It's just that I'm sorry for you. I jest.
It's fine. You dig at me all you like.
No. Anyway, and we spoke to Patrick Connellan as well. And Patrick, who's the guy who's put together the model box, he designs the costumes, the theme, and the whole thing, really. He works last year brilliantly on Hamlet.
Yep.
So, we pushed the envelope this year. We dragged him back. Because he's very much in demand, but we had to get him back, and he's so good. So let's have a word with Patrick, who will talk us through his thinking behind the concept for this year's Richard III. And now I'm joined by Patrick Connellan, who is the designer of this year's Stafford Shakespeare production, Richard III. Hello, Patrick.
Hello, Keith.
It is great to have you back because you did do Hamlet last year and that went down fantastically well. Everybody loved the designs there. Talk us through what you've got in store for us for Richard III this year.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm very glad to be back. It's lovely to work here. So for Richard III this year, we're approaching Richard as though they are gangs in the style of Peaky Blinders, set in the 1920s. And it's set in our version in a pub, the Crown, and it's a rough pub that's been through the wars. It's damaged by war. It's got holes blown through it, and they're kind of fighting over this pub essentially. And there's a bar in it, and there are drinks in it, and their scaffold sort of holding some of it up. It's about to fall apart, and this is what they're fighting over. And this is a play. I think the gang thing works really, really well because this is a play where Richard, first of all Duke of Gloucester, then Richard, he murders or has killed 10 people through the play, and he also marries somebody from the House of Lancaster, and his niece he tries to marry. I mean, he is horrific, incredibly evil, murderous. You might say he's a representation of the royal family.
How outrageous. I was going to say he'll fit in well in Stafford.
No, well, it's true, isn't it? I mean, not necessarily in a contemporary way, but although that might be true. But, the royal family over the centuries, they have been involved in dreadful, dreadful things. And I think it's, obviously it's a reflection of history, Richard III, and a pretty true one. And I think that's the kind of joy of the play, really. It's utterly evil and terrible and nasty. It is like Peaky Blinders, and I think it's a great way to do it.
And last year, obviously, the set adapted and moved and evolved throughout the play. Yeah. Is that the same this year as well?
Yes, to a certain extent. So this pub has kind of two sides to it. The pub itself, and then the kind of back of the pub, which is grimy, where the cellar is and where people get drowned and killed. And then for the kind of war towards the end of the play, the pub furniture gets used and thrown around as kind of a battlefield. So it has little transitional moments in it.
Now, have you been to many pubs in Stafford? I mean, we filmed the trailer next door at the Rose and Crown. I take it it's not based on any of our pubs.
Definitely not. It's Stafford's a very sedate place, really, compared with the sort of pub that I'm thinking of.
Well, that's great. It's great to have you back with us again, Patrick. And how far down the line, how long will it take to get this set built?
Well, I'm hoping they'll start building it pretty soon. So I suppose overall it'll take about 6 weeks to build and paint. Wow. And also, of course, getting all the costumes together. But, once we get going, it all happens pretty quickly.
Yeah, there's never as much time as you think there is there?
No, but it's, there is a deadline, so it has to be done.
Brilliant. Thanks, Patrick. Thanks for joining us. That's Patrick, lovely guy. Again, very stylish guy. All these theatre people, super stylish. I'm not used to it.
Funny that.
I'm used to people in I don't know, Flash Gordon T-shirts and strange things. I don't know what, jeans. Anyway, Lou.
Yes.
You, as we've established many times, are in charge of the F&B.
I am indeed.
Food and beverage.
Lucky me.
At the Big Gatehouse, at the Big G. And I believe we've got some great Stafford Shakespeare offers for Richard III this year.
Yes, we do a lot of packages throughout the year, but for Shakespeare it's quite nice because we get to do our Shakespeare afternoon teas.
Ooh, like it.
So you get sandwiches, cakes, scones, tea or coffee, and you use our writers' rooms. If anyone's ever had the packages before, it's a kind of private dining separate room that we use. So that's all decorated nicely. You get waiter service. You can leave your coats in there. So it's quite nice. But you get the afternoon tea for Shakespeare, like I said, with the teas and coffees, but you can also add on and have it as a Prosecco one. So if you want to come along for birthday treats or, just bring your friends, it's just a little bit nice and have something to eat before you go and watch the show.
Get a programme as well.
You do get a programme as well.
Always a good thing. So it's worthwhile. How much are they?
They are £18 per person for the general afternoon tea, or you can add on the Prosecco for $22.
Wow. So I think if you were buying all that stuff separately and with the programme as well,
it'd cost a lot more.
It'd cost more.
Most people, we've done it the last couple of years, and most people can't actually finish all the food, and we box it up for them to take at the end because there's cakes, scones, sandwiches, there's a lot of crisps, there's a lot of food. People can't tend to finish it, so they take it with them, which is great.
Yeah, that's great. So you can book these on our website,
or you can ring box office. If you've got any dietary requirements or allergies, then it's best to ring box office so we can make a note of it to make sure, because we can cater for gluten-free and vegan as well.
The other one that we're doing, which is slightly different, do you know we do our we do our classic film afternoons, which always go well. So afternoon shows, the Gatehouse, because we know not everybody likes to come out in the evening, or maybe they can't get out in the evening. But anyway, on June the 30th, we're doing a matinee performance of Richard III, and we're also, this is an amazing deal, you get a coffee and a cake, and the ticket's only £20. Yeah, that's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
So it's like a classic Shakespeare afternoon. Mm-hmm. If you've ever been to one of our classic film afternoons, £6 for a hot drink, a cake, and a classic film in the Met. This is £20 for a coffee, a cake, and the full Stafford Shakespeare Richard III upstairs in the auditorium. So that I think
2 o'clock start.
2 o'clock start on June the 30th. Which is a
Tuesday.
So what else are you going to be doing on Tuesday afternoon? Come along, and I think that's going to be an incredible thing. And then also school performances. That's something different we're doing this year. So we've got a school performance in the theatre on the 25th. Yeah. So if you're a teacher, if anyone wants to bring pupils along, we think we've still got some room left to bring school parties in. Tickets are mightily reduced, but you get the thing. And then at the end, we could do a Q&A, which we did last year with the kids, and the pupils loved it. They asked such good questions with the cast. But also this year, we're going out and about to other schools, 4 schools, I think 3 secondary schools and a primary school, with the cast, doing an abridged version of Richard III and scenes from the play. I think that's just brilliant because
that'd be great.
The thing about Shakespeare is you have to see it live. When I was a kid at my bog standard comp, not that I'm bitter, this never held me back. But when I was a kid, you were literally just reading it from a book verbatim. Yeah. And the teacher would say, you read the first page, you read the second page. And it was, you couldn't follow it. It was a nightmare. And it was only years later, possibly, when came to see the first one at the castle, that you really appreciated how good these things are when you see them live. Shakespeare,
I got to see them live, but I did English Literature A-level, so we went to a few as part of the course.
Yeah. But see, I did English Literature A-level. They still never took us out. Oh. This was a long time ago. This was in the 1980s. Things were different in those days. But the point is, I love the fact that we're taking it out to schools. If schools can't get to us, we put this out there. We had such a response from schools trying to get us to come out. We could only fit 4 in, but next year it's something I'm pretty sure we'll do again. Because that's part of what we do it for, is to bring Shakespeare to a new audience and young people. And it's great when you see it, the kids in there, and you see their reaction to it, that it isn't this terrible, stuffy thing that they've sort of, heard about. Yeah. Once they get into it and get into the rhythm of the language and they can follow it on the set, it's amazing. The response is brilliant. So we're really looking forward to that. Let me see. Oh, what else went? Well, I'll tell you what. Name drop coming up. This is something that I was talking about to Ian Murray, Culture Secretary Ian Murray, down in Westminster the other week. That's right. When we were talking about bringing theatre to schools, and part of the issue is about transport, and the problem the schools have, to be fair, is often get into the theatre.
Yeah.
So I was sort of lobbying him to say, look, can we speak to the Department for Education and say, look, let's get your heads together, have some joined up thinking. We've got these brilliant shows, school performances on. I'm pretty sure the schools would love to come. The biggest challenge the teachers have got
is
transport and getting to the theatre. So surely somewhere in government, somebody should be able to join those dots and be able to get the kids here. And speaking of name drops, we've also spoken to Richard Cheshire, the director, the award-winning Richard Cheshire, a guy who's worked with Matthew Duckett in the past. I think he was his lecturer at uni many years ago. So, Richard's worked with lots of Taron Egerton that Richard's worked with.
I know.
And he was his thing. So he's got some, a great sort of track record for bringing on young talent, including Matthew. But let's hear from Richard, the director of this year's Stafford Shakespeare, Richard III. So we're joined by the main man himself, Richard Cheshire, the director of this year's Stafford Shakespeare production, Richard III. Richard, you're back. It's great to have you back at the Gatehouse after helming last year's Hamlet. What a great show that was. What can you tell us about this year's production?
I've never been so excited after day one. Setting Richard III in the Peaky Blinders world is just amazing because we've translated, the royal court with the crown, etc., into the gangland politics, where murder is currency, where we have contract killers, we have assassinations, brutal. It's quite horrible. But I didn't realise till today's reading that Richard kills 10 people during the course of the play, or has them hires killers in to bring them, and there's so you go along with him at first and you understand his intentions, you understand why he's doing all this to get the crown, and we're with him and we laugh with him and we enjoy it because it's very funny at times, and then suddenly we begin to realise, what is this man? Where's his humanity? We begin to realise the implications of what he's doing, the human aspect of the story, and it becomes really heart-wrenching towards the end.
But he is one of those people, isn't he? He's got charisma, which kind of pulls the audience in, and you don't want to be on his side, but kind of, you can't help like him at points.
I know, just like Thomas Shelby in Peaky Blinders, he's got that cool, and we all think, God, he's, when he rides that high, remember that opening image where he walks down, he rides down the street in Peaky Blinders. Richard's like that. Yeah, he's cool, he's sophisticated, he's suave. He plays a game with us, and we fall for it. We're complicit with him. We are co-conspirators. We enjoy watching the murders he's arranged until it hits us. And that's the point of it, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. And you've had your first day today, as you say. You've met the cast. The full cast have been together for the first time, and the creatives too. How's it all gone today?
Really well. I'm really excited. We've got some excellent actors this year. We've fought long and hard to get them. So there are some people who were in Hamlet last year, but we've got joined by newcomers. But they're all veteran, seasoned, professional performers with great experience, and they had a field day today. We really gelled and bonded, and I think the people of Staffordshire and beyond are going to have a really fantastic night out at the theatre when they see the way in which we're telling this story in that kind of Peaky Blinders world.
And there are some familiar faces in there, without going into the names at this point, of people who've been in Stafford Shakespeare productions in the past and gone down really well with the audience. So you've almost got the gang back together here, haven't you?
Well, that's what we wanted to do. This loyalty kind of to the people, some of the people in last year, particularly Benedict, was in Hamlet, Sean O'Callaghan, who played Claudius last year, and Klinos Daniel, who was, Gertrude, but also Peter Watts was in Twelfth Night. And so, we trace the lineage back and of people who've been in the Stafford Gatehouse Theatre, and so we've got some real good stars in this one.
And the titular character, young Matthew, you go back with him a long way, don't you?
Well, he doesn't like being reminded of this, but I taught Matthew when I was Director of Drama at Aberystwyth University, and he was a student. He was an outstanding student. He then went on to train in classical acting, And he was in the RSC's production of Richard III in 2002. So he has great knowledge of the play, played Catesby, and he understudied Richard. And and he's been in, he was in Lady Chatterley's Lover, he played the husband, etc. He's great and exciting, and not what we expect Richard to be.
Excellent. Well, we look forward to the show then. We saw Patrick before, Patrick Connellan. He was telling us about the concept, about it being set in the pub, the design, the stage design looks incredible. Is Peaky Blinders one of your favourite shows?
Yes. I haven't seen the new film that's out yet. So I'm dying to see the film. Yeah, because of the atmosphere, because it's gritty, because it's Birmingham in those times, in the 20s, 30s. We all can relate to those people, those working class roots. We all know about them. They're part of our ancestry, part of our lineage, and that's what's great. And Staffordshire will recognise this. And of course, in the play, they go to Leicester, Tamworth, not far away from here.
Yep.
The Battle of Bosworth wasn't too far away from here.
No.
So it's great to see once Shakespeare's depiction of Richard III with his hunchback, with his deformities, etc., really told in a different setting, in a world that is much more relatable for people, and I think they'll have a great night out.
Brilliant. And no Brummie accents.
I can't give away secrets.
Richard Cheshire, thank you very much. And that's it again. Lovely guy.
Yeah.
A real visionary, Richard. If you've come to any of his shows, he is absolutely
Yeah, he's lovely to have
fantastic. Oh, and he's such a lovely guy to work with. People always say this about theatre people, don't they? But he is genuinely one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. So that's it. Like I say, it'll be on us before we know it. Runs from June the 23rd to July the 4th.
Yeah.
13 public performances. Tickets about the opening night sold out.
Yeah.
So you can't get into the opening night. All the tickets still around for all the other shows, as we would expect at this stage. Tickets for that performance on Tuesday, June the 30th, £20, plus the coffee and the cake, as we've said.
Yeah.
Tickets for standard performances, £32, £35. Pop into the box office. Go online, pick up the phone, do whatever it takes. But do not miss this show.
Absolutely.
It's going to be incredible. I love Richard III, by the way. I think he is, a fantastic. We had somebody in the other week doing a speech on him, didn't we?
Yeah,
and she's from the Ricardian Society. And it was terrible how Shakespeare depicted him. He was like, did you know he was the monarch who introduced bail? He introduced the first version of legal aid.
Wow.
He did all these good things. And because the Tudors were a bit worried about, his legacy and keeping down the Plantagenets, they gave him a very bad rep.
Oh.
And of course, Shakespeare was part of that.
Yep.
Did he have a hunchback? We don't think so. Did he kill those children?
No.
Maybe, maybe not. I doubt it. So I think really he gets a bit of a bad rap, but that doesn't make any difference from the fact that it is a fantastic play. A brilliant character, as Matthew said, playing Richard III is just one of those things that every actor dreams about. I think even more than Hamlet, because there's so much you can do with him, and you've got the humour in there as well. I find him quite funny.
Yeah.
Whilst because I've got a very dark sense of humour. So Richard III, coming soon. Now is the summer of our sweet content, heading towards us like a rushing train. I could have written that. Beat that, the bard.
Amazing.
We'll hope to see you there.
Yes.
Luke, anything else from you?
No, just looking forward to Shakespeare, and have a lovely summer, everyone.
Yes, we look forward to it. June opens on June the 23rd. Get your tickets. Do not miss this show. It's going to be amazing. That's a wrap.